All right, we ready to jump into? Hey, we've been going a while. I don't even know if we're going to get to the longer Farid video. We'll definitely get through. We'll definitely get through Daniel's response. Let's see what he's got here. Let's see what he's got. All right, so this is Daniel's response to Farid's powerful video. For anyone who is tuning in late, Farid said that Daniel got caught with his pants down. Awful, awful, awful stuff. Got caught with his pants down, and Farid told him how he should have responded using Farid's powerful videos we went through. Weren't very impressed, but maybe Daniel's going to be impressed. And maybe he'll ponder the error of his ways and realize that he should do what Farid does and just pick and choose, play the scholar game. All right, let's see what happens.
So going back to Farid. Oh, I went, this morning, I went and looked at these 3 videos. Like,
going back to Farid.
What was the critical piece of information, the critical argument that Farid presented on the Islamic dilemma that I missed? And I got caught with my pants down. What was it? So I go watch. And this one video is 5 minutes or almost 6 minutes. The other one's 16 minutes. In that 5-minute video, he talks about the hadith that is in Abu Dawood, I believe, where the Prophet.
You don't even know where it is?
He believes.
He should have checked before this video, but he was so in his feelings. He just pressed record.
It was narrated by Muhammad's nephew.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. He didn't Google Ibn Abbas.
Oh, he hasn't responded to that yet. He still hasn't responded to that yet about this mistake he made.
I think he knows because so many people have said it, but he's just too proud.
Even Farid has been pointing. Even Farid said that, and there are Muslims who are commenting like, "Wait, who said that?" And then
and then they found out it was Daniel.
Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is with the Jews. And they bring out the Torah, and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam places the Torah, or tells them to place on a cushion, the judgment cushion, as David would calls it. This is the hadith he often cites. And Farid's big contribution is that, yes, Al-Albani considers this hadith to be Hasan. But another scholar, Arnaout, says that this hadith is weak. Therefore, you shouldn't be using this hadith. So David, debunked. Our whole Islamic dilemma is debunked.
It's weird how Daniel.
He gets it.
It's weird how Daniel has the basic level of common sense to understand this would not work well in a debate. Because
he's
again,
100% right now.
He's absolutely Daniel Haqiqatjou is right on this. If he had said this, but David, there's a scholar who says this again. I would have went Al-Albani. I would have said Abu Dawood affirmed it. I would have said people like Ibn Kathir quote it. And I would have said, but if you're getting different results using your methodology, I guess Sheikh Yasser Qadi was right when he said your methodology cannot stand up to scholarly scrutiny or academic scrutiny. That would not have helped in any way. There's no one who watched the debate who would have been like, wow, great point, Daniel. No one. And yet it's what Farid is saying Daniel should do. So I have to agree with Daniel on this one. Terrible response, Farid.
Just got to appreciate his wide range of facial expressions. He's so animated, Daniel. Like, just watch his face. Like, he goes from, he just pulls all these expressions all at once. And it's like, oh, it's so funny.
And it's weird because some of them I'm like, cringe face you're making. But others I'm like, this guy's funny. I don't know what to do, man. I don't know what to do. It's like Farid. Farid's annoying like a bunch of the time, but then he'll be funny and he'll like legitimately funny. I don't know. You guys are weird.
Really?
Like this is perfect.
Because one scholar weakens the hadith because of the one person in the chain. The argument is debunked, or that hadith is now debunked. Like we can't refer to this hadith. Al-Albani says it's Hasan. So this is...
Thank you, Daniel, for giving part of the response I would have given if Farid were to try that. Farid, come on, man. Open invitation. We can debate this issue, and you can use your brilliant point about about the hadith in Abu Dawood.
The level of argumentation of someone like Farid, and it's not just this one video. Like, this is his approach to many things. It's a deliberate focus on the trees to miss the forest. Like, the lowest tier kind of intellectually lazy argument that you can make is this kind of argument.
Wow.
He's right.
Oh, Daniel.
Gosh. Right on the money, man. Not used to saying that about Daniel Haqiqatjou, but I mean, just think about that. Hey, you guys don't want to believe something that's in the Hadith that Muslim scholars have been treating as historically reliable for centuries. What do? Let's look for a scholar who says that someone in the chain of transmission was unreliable, and let's just say, therefore we can throw it out. Well, great. We can throw out your entire methodology just by quoting Sheikh Yasser Qadhi. And we don't have to believe anything about your prophet. And we could go agree with Robert Spencer and Jay Smith that Muhammad maybe he didn't even exist. Why, Farid? We'd be doing the same thing you're doing. Anyway.
That there is one scholar somewhere that found this hadith weak, so therefore you can't use it. Sorry, man, this is not a good argument. This is not a good approach. And this is
Correct.
all that's I shouldn't say all that Farid does, but a lot of what he does in his responses are to just weaken reports that are used to criticize Islam.
Weaken reports. So something is used to criticize Islam, and he's saying what a lot of what Farid does is he'll just look for a way to dismiss the hadith, not realizing that every single time you dismiss a hadith, especially if it's one that's been treated as historically reliable for centuries, you're actually supporting Sheikh Yasser Qadhi's claim that this is a giant mess. What is this stuff? Hats off to you, Farid. Keep going.
When there's a much easier explanation that you can give. Number one, there's another interpretation of that hadith that you can give that is not problematic at all. It doesn't have any problematic implications. Like, why are you conceding David Wood's reading of that hadith?
Oh, so that's actually an interesting point. He's saying that Farid...
Why are you conceding? Why are you conceding what Allah and Muhammad say about this hadith?
Right.
About this issue?
Yeah, but he's suggesting that Farid is doing this because he can't respond to your point. But like you said, you have the Quran that makes the same point. So how would Farid get around those passages? I don't know.
The miracle of reinterpretation.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. The miracle.
I know why he conceded, because that's the only way to read it. There's no other way to read it and come to a different conclusion.
True.
Yeah.
That's
That's matter of fact, guys, someone could make a video about this as a dilemma. You either grant the clear meaning, in which case the Islamic dilemma follows and Islam self-destructs, or you have to do what Farid does and look for a way to dismiss the hadith, in which case, you're exposing the entire system and Islam's going to self-destruct again. So take your pick. Either way, Daniel's way or Farid's way, Islam is self-destructing right in front of everyone's faces.
What's the alternate reading that doesn't make it problematic anymore?
Yeah, is he about to tell us?
You just read it and have your voice go higher and higher? Like, how do you read this that makes it not a problem?
Yeah, you just have to read it in a way that completely contradicts what it says and what the Quran says. Well, why not? Farid, you giant idiot, when you read it, you don't have to dismiss it. All you have to do is say, when Muhammad says, I believe in you and in the one who revealed you, he means, I believe that this dumb book has been corrupted and we should never trust it. That's all you have to do. Easy. Just do it like that.
You got to properly read it with your fingers like this. That way it's the opposite of what you're saying. That's the proper reading.
Yes, the correct way to read this, Farid, is to pretend that when Allah was revealing this and when Muhammad said this, that it was opposite day that day.
Oh.
That's the context. Right before Muhammad said this, he said, hey, guys, just so everyone is clear on this, today is opposite day. So whatever I say today, I mean the opposite. And all his followers would understand that, but others didn't.
Yeah, there's one word missing from the hadith.
Yeah.
Psych. I believe in you, psych.
So he's psych.
He's-
Question the reading of his interpretation of the hadith. Don't start like degrading the hadith or weakening it and saying just because one scholar did. Okay, well, David Wood can say, okay, I don't need to go to Arnaut. I can look at what Al-Albani says. Do you take Al-Albani as an authority? And,
Nailed it.
okay,
Nailed
if
it.
you don't, as Farid doesn't agree, I don't care about Farid's opinion. I'll go with Al-Albani, the more senior scholar, or someone else, or Abu Dawood, who collected it.
He is right on the money.
Yep.
Yep.
Those would have been my first two go-to response, Albani and Abu Dawud.
This is what I'm saying,
It's just disturbing me because I was about to say, I guess great minds think alike, but then I was like, wait a minute, this guy's the world's leading defender of child marriage. So
Yeah, but it's like, how can he be so right and so wrong at the same
but
time?
it's-
Like that's what kind of like my mind is like it wants to
that's what's
explode. I
amazing.
want-
You guys were
Yeah.
right. You nailed it right at the beginning. When they see someone else giving a response, they get it and say, this is terrible. But they just don't get it when they're giving a response that everyone,
Yes.
all the other guys would recognize is terrible. No matter which response anyone gives on the Islamic dilemma, there are other Muslims who will instantly recognize that response is terrible. That's why you have to go with this terrible response. Well, guys, if every single Muslim response to the Islamic dilemma is terrible, isn't that telling you something about the argument? Don't know.
Exactly.
Seems kind of obvious to us.
And put it in his collection. Or anyone else. So this is just intellectually lazy. And then the second video is also a similar thing. Like, oh, you're attributing something to Ibn Abbas, but it's really Bukhari, or vice versa. And that's a wrong interpretation.
What's that?
So basically, so that is the in chapter 3 verse 87, where Ibn Kathir attributes this to Ibn Abbas, saying that none of Allah's words can be corrupted, and the only thing that people do by misinterpreting it is they go according to. By corrupting it means that they're going according to a misinterpretation or something, but the text itself is intact. So you have some scholars who read that and they think that Al-Bukhari said it, and some scholars who read it say Ibn Abbas said it. And so what Farid does is he just like says that that's what some scholars think. Like you have some scholars who say Al-Bukhari said that, and some say Ibn Abbas said that, and that's all he says.
And that he thinks he just won then.
Yeah, he's like, so therefore we could just dismiss it or something. It's like
It's like, no, both Ibn Abbas and Al-Bukhari are both
like either one who said it's a problem for you.
equally authoritative in Islam.
Yeah.
So that doesn't help. That's what Daniel Haqiqatjou says here in his very few lucid moments. It's like the lucidity just comes and goes. It's just very, very strange to me. He recognizes that, so what if maybe one or the other said it? They're both authoritative.
Exactly.
You still have a problem in the end. Bukhari is mainly, Sunni Islam is mainly Bukhari after the Quran. And Ibn Abbas is Muhammad's cousin, not nephew, Daniel. So if either one of them said it, still bad.
Right. So yeah, that was basically Farid's entire video.
Yeah, it's a 16 minutes.
All about that.
So 16 minutes to say, oh, here's more untrustworthy stuff, and we have no idea what to do, and so we could just throw it all out because it's garbage, thus supporting Sheikh Yasser Qadhi's recent claim about this not being able to stand up to academic scrutiny. Thank you, Farid, for... Like, every last one of them is destroying Islam, but in different ways.
Yeah.
Wrong attribution. You're wrongly attributing this statement. Debunked. You got debunked. This is not compelling to a Christian audience, and it's not compelling to a Muslim audience who knows like much about the Islamic sciences. It's not, and there's like such better criticisms or critiques that you can give.
Where? Name one. Name one. Go ahead, give me one.
He just keeps
can
teasing like
critique.
that. Like
Yeah.
he makes it seem like he's gonna like give something, but
I know,
he
he
never
doesn't
does.
give- I was like, what is it? What is it? And he never says it.
That is like the ultimate trust me, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trust me, bro, there are great responses to this. I don't know why you're using this pathetic. I didn't use any good responses in the debate. Your response is terrible, but there are other responses. It reminds me of back in the day when they would say, Muhammad is the greatest moral example ever. And we'd say, well, what about Muhammad and Aisha? You had sex with a 9-year-old. And they say, no, you're making that up. And so we'd quote a bunch of passages. And then eventually they would say, but there are all these other passages that say the opposite and say she was much older. And we say, give us one. Oh, they're there. Well, just give us one. Oh, there's so many. Well, just give us one. Oh, that's what it's like here with we've got the responses. We'll give it to it. No, well, we'll eventually.
You can look at the big.
I just want to point out for any Muslims who are watching, we know you're watching. If the Quran says what you've been told all your life, it says, namely the Bible's been corrupted, these debates should be the simplest things in the world. Chapter, verse. Here's where Allah says it. They never, ever do that. At some point, you should be catching on. Maybe the reason no one ever quotes the Quran verse where it says the Bible's been corrupted is because there is no such Quran verse, and you've been lied to your entire life. That's what you should be wondering right now, but you don't.
In his debate, too, I remember he was saying that it's a corrector as a main theme in the Quran, and I was thinking, when I'm reading the Quran, the word I see over and over is reminder. Have y'all noticed that? Have y'all been
reminder, just to remind you.
Just over and over. It's a reminder. It's like, well, actually, he could have written the word corrector there if he wanted to, but it's a reminder.
Mm-hmm. Lots of different words. Lots of different words Allah could be using in these passages. Always gives the one that means the exact opposite of what Muslims want to say.
Picture. Look at the bigger claims that you can make against the Islamic dilemma or against David Wood. So this wasn't the only.
What?
So I missed out on Farid's brilliant takedown of the Islamic dilemma, and that's why I got caught with my pants down. If I had just told David in the debate, did you know that this hadith is actually deemed weak? If I had said that in the debate, David would have just crumbled. You have crumbled, and that would be the end. That would be the end of it.
It's funny. Everyone's watching. This is what he's saying. He's saying, Farid, your objection would have been destroyed, and it would have been completely humiliating to bring this up in a debate. Why do you think it's good? He's entirely correct. For once, Daniel is entirely correct.
Debate, and all the Christians would say their shahada right there if I had just brought up Farid's brilliant point. Instead, I got caught with my pants down. That's not the only thing that Farid had to say. He also said this: minimum requirements. This is from yesterday. Minimum requirements to represent Islam in debates. Be an honest individual. Have good manners. Do the research. Liars and ill-mannered people shouldn't represent Islam. If you're too lazy to research a topic thoroughly, don't represent Islam.
Hey, that's funny. I didn't see some of the other tweets, but that's funny. So that's he's saying that
all
about
being
Daniel.
retweeted. Yeah, and this is all being retweeted by the other Dawah Gandas as well.
Look, you see the blocked up in the corner too. These guys are awesome, man. Yeah. Oh, hey, Islam's in safe hands with these guys.
So all of these Christians are taking Farid's statements, by the way, these tweets, and they're spreading them. They're like, even the Muslims, even another Muslim apologist
that's true
says that Daniel failed. Mm-hmm. He shouldn't be representing Islam. So they're spreading. They're taking the words of Farid.
Yep, we are.
And
we are.
Again, like Farid, when have you debated? When has Farid debated anyone?
Fair point. He's got me agreeing with him again. Farid, how do you? It's one thing if you're like one of these guys who says, I don't pay attention to what these guys say. I'm not interested in what these guys say. I don't want to interact with these guys. You make video after video after video after video about us. So you're obviously interested. You're obviously watching all of our stuff. And you're claiming that there's a much better approach in a debate than what Daniel just said. How are you sitting here saying, hey, here's what a debater should be like, and here's what a debater should be doing, and here's the arguments that a debater should be using. And I'm sitting there telling you, I agree to debate you on the exact same topic, and you can show that you do a better job, and I will use the exact same opening statement so you can be prepared more than any person has ever been prepared for a debate in his entire life. Let's do it. And you won't touch it.
I used to work at as a clerk at a family law firm in law school, and you would see like, yeah, who's the bad guy here? And it'd be like, well, there's stuff on both sides. It's like Farid, he is right. Like Daniel could have better manners, but then also like my heart's always going to go out to the one who he's going to the hostile environment. He's the one doing the debate.
Yep.
It reminds me of like the family reunions where you have like you're trying to do something like move a heavy table, and then I'll have my aunt. Well, why don't you try going over there on the other side and lift it? It's like, would you like to do this?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not enjoying moving this table. So I can see both sides where it's like, it's probably not good to say that God raped Mary in front of a bunch of Christians when you're trying to convert them. But at the same time, like at least he's going there and going out into the middle of Ohio or whatever. To a church.
So Farid, let me correct your list. Minimum requirement to represent Islam in debates, not being a coward and being willing to debate. That's the bare requirement. You don't actually have to have good manners or do any research. None of that matters if you are not willing to debate. None of that matters. So the foundational bare bottom requirement, not bare bottom in the al-Zut sense of Muhammad, but like the bare minimum requirement to represent in Islam in debates is actually having the courage to debate. Daniel does have that. Daniel does have that. You don't. So you're the one who does not have the actual bare minimum requirement.
And if you don't want to debate, don't go out there trying to tell other people how to debate. Right? So you could continue to do your channel however you want to. But it makes it look silly when you're going to go tell someone who's actually bothering to go all the way out to Ohio and get a plane ticket that they did it wrong. It's like, well, what are you doing? You
got these backseat debaters. Here's how you should do it. Here's how you should be doing it. Here's what you should be doing. Why don't you do it? No.
I have this caution in the back of my mind. What's that proverb about don't get between two fighting dogs or they'll bite your hand? It's in Proverbs. I'm going to look that up. That's what I feel like I'm doing right now.
All right. Only a few seconds here left of Daniel in this.
Like in an actual moderated debate. Has he had a single moderated debate?
Not that I've seen. It's like Ali Dawah, right? Everyone, debate Ali Dawah. So when's this guy ever going to debate? Never. I mean,
he isn't a debater.
He'll do some like street debates and stuff like that, but like debate on stage when? Oh,
he doesn't even do street debates anymore. He just sells things. The guy sells things now for a living. It's when you watch Avery go up to him, challenge him on the deepest, most crucial elements, even on Tawheed, on his own religion. I was like, guys, buy this prayer mat, only $5.99. Guys, we just need to raise $100 more, and it's like, that's what you're doing.
And you know where hundreds of thousands of those pounds went to?
Douglas Murray into
the British.
Oh
yeah. Like they're probably so mad at Muhammad Hijab for that. Like he cost them so many hours of like street hustling they call Dawah.
Yeah, how many plastic blue mats is that?
That's a lot of mats.
A lot of prayer mats.
I would randomly tune into his lives to try to figure out like what are his arguments he's making. And like I'm not trying to be humorous or joke or anything. Every time I get on there, he's trying to sell something. He's always trying to sell something. Yeah.
He's a used car. Well, I like to say he's a used car salesman. Like he dresses like one and he talks like one. He looks like the kind of guy that would sell you some dodgy car that will break down as soon as you try to leave the garage. There's just nothing in him that's credible or authoritative or knowledgeable. The guy just doesn't know things. He brings little toys to try to illustrate his understanding of the Trinity because he thinks this is a good way of doing it. It's absolutely terrible. I was watching Jai and DOC, your live stream. I can't remember when it was. The one you did a few days ago or thereabouts. And you showed Muhammad Hijab actually talking to his followers, explaining to them the process he was going through. He was like, yes, you see, I'm going to sue them in America, or I'm going to sue them in the UK because under defamation law. And he starts like talking all authoritative about it. And like at this point, it just come out that he had lost this lawsuit. And I'm thinking, wow, with like the benefit of hindsight, this sounds so stupid. This guy just being like, yes, I'm so clever. I know exactly how I'm going to do this lawsuit. And it's like, yeah, it's going to backfire horribly, bro.
And what was funny was he actually said that, like, okay, I'm not going to, sue these Americans because it's much harder to get a win for defamation in America. But in the UK, I can do it. And it's like,
and it still got busted.
And I mean, this for all you Dawah fans out there, this is a serious issue. He just spent piles of money that came from donations from you guys to sue Douglas Murray and The Spectator. What's the real reason? The real reason is this is a narcissist who is absolutely obsessed, like his religion is in this case, obsessed with controlling what other people say. Like obsessed with not allowing any sort of criticism. And if you've got full-fledged Sharia, then you could just silence people by killing them or by forming a mob and murdering them like they do in Pakistan and so on. So that's how you do it there. If you're in the West, you have to try and figure out other ways to silence people. So you can, anytime someone says something, you call them an Islamophobe. That's one of the main ways, but that's what they do. You have hijab back in the day. Well, I'll go after their wives with threats of rape and torture and so on. Well, that's how I'll do it. That's how I'll silence these guys. That didn't work out very well. And now you have the lawsuits. I'm going to sue everyone who basically says anything about me, and I'll silence them that way. So the guy's obsessed with controlling what people say and not allowing people to criticize him. Did not work, led to more criticism, led to more mockery of him. Now he looks like a big idiot. But he had to pay. He had to pay for all of this, and probably had to pay all the guys he had lying for him. Probably had to pay all those guys lying for him. And, of course, most likely now has to pay for the Spectator's legal fees and Douglas Murray's legal... Hey, Christian Gadfly, you're in a different country, but would you expect that he's going to have to pay for all these guys' legal fees?
Oh, he did. No, they said that in the papers. He did.
Oh.
Yeah, he did. And
lots of Dawah bucks.
Not only that, but I'm sure he's going to drop the future case because he had 2 cases against Douglas Murray, defamation cases. So he just lost the first one. And then he's got one against Tommy Robinson.
Yep, Tommy Robinson said it. Yeah, guys, keep in mind, Hijab is suing Tommy Robinson for calling him a caveman. But I'm not literally a caveman, so I will sue you, and you will have to give me...
Prove it.
Oh, look, I have this document where someone said they're going to give me millions of pounds, but they stopped because Tommy Robinson called me a caveman. Oh, my goodness, now you have to pay me.
The hard part's going to be proving up damages with something like that, because he'd have to prove that it hurt him economically to have Tommy Robinson call him a caveman. But it's like literally a person in your position to be hated by an Islamophobe would just make you make more money at the job that you do.
That was actually pointed out in the legal proceedings. It was pointed out, wait a minute, you're complaining that these guys, by talking about you, have discredited you. You're the guy who, when people called you instigator-in-chief, started selling T-shirts calling you the instigator-in-chief. You seem to revel in this sort of thing and in using anything for attention. Why are you now claiming that it's hurting you? How are you doing this?
And I heard he was trying to prove up fake damages with the Douglas Murray case by having his friends make fake contracts and then canceling them. This is so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Wait, you know what's
almost
interesting
as
about
stupid
that,
as making a fake AI YouTube channel.
Yeah. Yeah. No one's that dumb though.
Yeah, no one's that stupid.
What I like about the fake losses, right? The financial losses he supposedly had as a consequence of this libel, in his perspective, is that obviously it's all made up, right? He's doing it so he can try to claim that much money so he can win it in a lawsuit. But what he did without really thinking about it is he just admitted that given what he was supposedly working, like as a brand administrator, I think they called it, he low-key just admitted reasonable amounts of money that people within his industry, presumably just Dawah in general, will legitimately consider paying for him. Like as in, maybe not him specifically, but as a brand ambassador for Islam, for a Dawah charity, you could reasonably expect, I think like one of them was like $30,000.
One was $3,500 a month, and the other was specifically a Ramadan thing offering him $30,000 £30,000 to promote something, some charity or something like that for Ramadan.
No, I don't believe that's like.
There were three. There was an additional one that was also £1,500 as well. That's the one.
Right,
remember
right.
the black seed? Remember the black seed one?
What's it called?
The-
Snake oil.
Yeah, the black seed snake oil that he was selling. He was supposedly getting 25% of commissions and $1,500 a month for advertising them.
Isn't that
No,
insanely high?
I'm about
Sounds
to convert to
insanely high.
Islam, man. And give me some
Well-
prayer rugs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Tired
I
of
mean,
being in this dump. Look at this place.
no, I mean, like, all of this is like made up, trying to get as much money as he can. But he's also kind of saying this is a legitimate amount of money you could expect for doing this, which is okay. You want to say that, Muhammad Hijab? Sure, you tell people that.
Yeah, and for everyone who's watching, this is what the judge instantly saw through. So it's like they put out this complaint or whatever, and they think no one's going to investigate it, and everyone investigated it really quickly. So they think, hey, I put on here, this charity says they were going to pay me this and so on. And then, but the documents that are actually presented, it actually gets exposed in the investigation. Wait a minute, these are all your friends. Why are they talking like this? Why are they talking like there's this formal thing? Instead of saying, hey, Muhammad, hey, we're going to pay you $3,500 a month if you want to jump on board with this, blah, 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 blah. It's, dear Mr. Hijab, we are going to pay you $3,500 a month for this, blah, blah, blah. And then it'll be this request. And then there's the supposed after the Spectator article paperwork, but the judge saw right through that too, because Chris, this is hilarious stuff. But the judge saw right through it, called these guys liars. But the paperwork that was presented, he's like, isn't it weird that they're speaking to him all formally and saying that this is specifically about this Spectator article, and then saying how much money he's lost with them because of this? That's what they're saying. So the documents, you don't see the documents, you see the judge describing how stupid the documents
we
are.
could see the documents.
Yeah, but it's like, Mr. Muhammad Hijab, even though we were going to pay you £3,500 a month for working and being a brand ambassador for our charity, after this damaging article in the Spectator, we have to take back what we have said. And now you're going to be out $3,500 a month times this number of months. So you have lost this official amount of money. And it is solely because of Douglas Murray's article in the Spectator. So if you wanted to blame anyone at all in the world, it's nothing else. It's nothing else you've ever done or said that has bothered us even slightly. It is only this Spectator article by Douglas Murray. That's the level of what they were doing.
And it'd be like, and I hope this doesn't cause you too much financial harm.
Yeah. He actually the judge did cite some of the emails, and it says one of the things was it says that your supposed anti-Semitic stances in Leicester, caused us to take away our deal from. Oh man, it was really bad, and they're all blaming it. But what was really funny about that? Another thing that was really funny about that is that they weren't all on the same page as to what they were going to say to the judge. So one of the things that Muhammad Hijab said to the judge was, because the judge said, why are they all coming at the same time? Like, this isn't within the same week. Why? And then, so then he's like, well, they're all.
Hey, hang on. Everyone, just to be clear on what Jai's pointing out here. This is in the judge's response. He's like, why do all of these guys saying the exact same thing, all these guys who know Muhammad Hijab and are friends with him and appear in a bunch of videos with him and things like that, they're all saying the same exact thing, using this formal language, explaining exactly how much money he's losing, and saying over and over again that it's specifically about the Spectator article. And then he gets them all at the same time. All these guys respond at the same time. So go ahead.
Yeah, and one of them was just a day apart. Like, one of them was on November 24th. One of them was on November 23rd, 2022. And so when the judge gets one of them on the so then Muhammad Hijab says, well, they know each other. So they must have gotten together as like a group and collectively agreed, because he's like, it can't be a coincidence. Like they must have done it all at the same time. They must have come to an agreement. So then that was the judge's understanding. He's like, okay, so they all came together. They all came to an agreement. Hey guys, you guys saw the article? Yeah, I saw the article. Okay, we're all going to cut ties with them around the same time. Okay. So they get the guy on the stand, one of the guys.
Hey, which one was this? This was the guy who had already been to prison for fraud.
Yeah. He's like, I didn't get in touch with anybody.
He was like, I didn't talk to anyone.
I
did it by my own self.
So
and he thought that he was doing Muhammad al-Jab a favor.
He completely just like contradicted him, and just like the judge knew right away they were all lying.
Yeah.
We just
Wait. To be fair to Muhammad al-Jab, though, this guy has experience with this sort of thing. So
that's true.
Want to bring it?
He's like some insurance fraud scammer or something like that.
Yeah, so he's one of those guys. Yeah, he's one of those guys who would like drive his car and then jump over in your lane, slam the brakes and stuff like this. So he's
and then
that
reverse.
sort of thing. Yeah. So he's one of those kinds of guys.
When the judge, it said he got like irritated when the judge brought that up because he didn't see the relevance of it.
How is it relevant now? I'm dishonest, and I spent 27 months in prison for that dishonesty. It's nothing to do with this.
So these are pretty funny times, everyone.
But guys, you know the funny thing, a certain female YouTuber wanted to sue us for in the UK for calling her a half brain. So how is she gonna do that?
She needs Muhammad Hijab's lawyer.
She called me half brain, Your Honor. Give her life.
Oh, good stuff. All right, there's only 20 seconds left of Daniel's clip here. Let's go ahead and play it.
I don't think so. The kinds of videos that he makes, I just described to you one. Go and watch these two and see if I misrepresented. Like, see if he's debunking anything. Okay, so Wahhabis and Christians, they're on the same page on a lot of things. Actually. So going back to Farid.
What's that to do with anything?
Hold on. Wahhabis and Christians agree. Wahhabis and Christians agree I'm the biggest liar.
He forgot to add the Jews there. I think he meant to add that.
And the Jews. Hey, Daniel Haqiqatjou is uniting the world in believing that he is the world's biggest liar.
That's not a good thing, Daniel. If people agree, you're a liar, man.
100% of people who have ever encountered me agree. I'm the world's biggest liar. Isn't it weird? Everyone must be wrong at the same time. What's funny?
And he put it on a slide.
It's just funny that he's saying, "Hey, wait a minute. All these Christians say I'm a liar, but Farid and Jake, they say I'm a liar too. Look, you're supporting the kuffar." Dude, you're maybe it's because you're a liar, and we all just recognize it. Anyway, yeah, I think that's enough Dawah videos for today.